Alhamdulillahi nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alaihi wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. May yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa may yudlilhu fala hadiya lahu. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam tabaraka wa sallama tasliman kasiran kasira amma ba'd. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa man ahsanu qawlan mimman da'a ila Allah wa amila salihan wa qala innani minal muslimin. My dear brothers and respected sisters and elders, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran many times He swear in the names of angels, He swear in the names of the winds, you know, and there's no one who has ever making the tafseer as to why he has been swearing in all these things, has never been elucidated or explained as to why. Only saying that he swear. Why he swear in the name of this? Do you understand? Do you understand? There's a reason why he swear. You know? He swear, he is telling to the entire mankind, there is no one who is able to create the thing which I have swear. For example, in the name of Tur, I swear in the name of Tursina. I swear in the name of angels. Allah is saying, I swear in the name of the creation which no one can create except me. When he's saying that, it means he's saying, I'm swearing in my name, who has created the angels. And there is no one who can create the angel except me. So in other words, he's swearing in his name, who is the most mighty, the most powerful. Why? Because he's saying that when I'm swearing in my name, who is the most powerful and the most mighty, it means the matter which I'm going to tell you is a matter of utmost importance or of extreme importance, and so you better listen and obey, in other words. So all the swearing which he has made in many surahs of the Quran is to tell the entire mankind that the matters which he is going to tell is the matter of extreme importance or of the utmost truth, so that we take care, so that we listen and we obey what he has said. In order to tell that the thing which he is going to mention is of utmost importance or supreme importance, he swear in his name, he swear in the thing that which he has created. But we don't know. We think that when he swear, simply he likes to swear. No, there's a reason for him to swear. It's just to tell us, to pre-warn us that what I'm going to tell you is of extreme importance. So you please listen, read it, obey it. So there's so many things. Wal asri, I swear in the name of time. In other words, what he is trying to reveal in this surah of Wal Asri is of utmost importance, of extreme importance, which is he's telling that all men are at loss, all will go to hellfire except a person who is able to become the true believer of the good deeds. And in order to become the true believer of the good deeds, the person must do the work of inviting people to good, or reminding people about the truth, and reminding the people to the truth with patience. And these are very important. That's why he swear in the beginning of the surah, wal asri. He swear with time, time. He has created the time. Time is time of the day, the night. Here, why we have the day and the night? Because Allah has created the sun that run on its orbit, and the moon which runs its own orbit. It never goes beyond their own orbits. So because of that, we have days and night, and there's no one who can create days and night except Allah. So when he swear by time, it means he swear in his name, who is the most powerful and the most mightiest. So when he swear in his name, who is the most powerful and the most mighty, that means the matter which he is telling you is of utmost importance, or utmost truth. But we don't understand it. We simply recite the surah wal asri and not practicing it. Become tradition. Some people make it a tradition that after they complete certain occasion or certain function, they say we recite wal asri. Then they adjourn the function. For that matter only. So my dear brothers, there are so many things which we don't understand. The Quran is the words of Allah, is the words of truth. And when Allah speaks, it's not the same as we speak. When Allah mentions something, He is as a creator, as a Lord of the entire mankind. He speaks in a different perception, in a different. He speaks as the Lord of the entire mankind. Definitely, He speaks in a different angle than when we speak as the Christians. That's why the Christian doesn't understand what the Lord is speaking, because he is a Christian. But those among His servants who have attained, closeness to Him, will be imbued with the knowledge of having to know what He wants and what He doesn't want. And this is the knowledge of the Quran. The knowledge of the Quran is to be able to know what He wants and what He does not want. So as a Christians, many don't understand this when they read the Quran. They thought it's a book of songs. Some thought that it's a book of stories of ancient people, as the non-believers are telling. Quran is nothing. It's a collection of stories of the ancient people. But why they say like that? Because they don't understand. Some say Quran is a book of songs. So they just know how to recite the Quran melodiously. That means with good pronunciation and tajweed that make people who will listen to their recitation will give them applaud. Allahu Akbar, something like that. That's all, a book of songs. So all those people who regard Quran as a book of stories of the ancient people, or the collections of songs, are fools and dwellers of hellfire. Quran, the Quran is revealed to Muhammad SAW to be conveyed to the entire mankind. It's not for us to regard as book of stories or book of songs with good lyrics. Quran is to certain people is a song with very beautiful lyrics. No one can make that lyric. Just because just read the surah. Washamsi wadduhaha wal qamari iza talaha. Nobody can write that lyrics so beautifully. But it's not book of songs as many regards, and they simply learn how to read Quran. That's all. The order Allah in our word to them, Allah revealed the Quran so that you read it. That's all. Read it in a melodious voice, as many people tend to understand it. Worst, the thing is Quran is a stories. It's nothing a stories of ancient people. This true group of people will never go to paradise. And they are mainly hypocrites. That's why Nabi Sallam said, many hypocrites of my ummah are the Qari and Qari'ah, because they regard Quran as book of songs, and they spend hours, months, years in trying to be able to recite accurately the pronunciations, and they tend even to say, if you don't recite it properly, haram. You must recite it properly, like Bismillah. Just to pronounce the words bis take hours. Bis properly. They will try to correct the pronunciation as the Prophet say, as they try to sharpen their sword. They do that, and these are wasting time. These are the people who are fools, who regard Quran as a book of lyrics, of song. And some regard that Quran as the stories of the ancient people. Quran is to be obeyed. It is comprised of orders of Allah. To obey the order of Allah. Some are orders which have to be obeyed, and some orders which we are to avoid from doing it. Things which are ordered to do and forbidden to do. Because Quran is that. So the interpretation of the Quran must lead to the understanding of what orders of Allah which Allah has mentioned in the Quran, and what orders of Allah which with regard to things which are forbidden from doing. This is what it means to know what He wants. So this is basically what is knowledge is all about. What do you mean by ilm? Ilm is to know what He wants and to know what He does not want. So if we obey what He wants and avoid doing things which He doesn't want us to do, then we will lead to become the people who are taqwa, but the people who are the lover of Allah. That's why Quran, we can only obey the Quran, the orders of Allah in the Quran. We only be able to know and to obey the orders of Allah when we become people of taqwa. It doesn't say if you want to sing, to recite the Quran properly, you need to become people of taqwa. No, you don't need. To be able to recite the Quran melodiously with proper tajweed doesn't need to become a people of taqwa, isn't it? To be able to memorize the Quran doesn't need to become a people of taqwa. You become hafiz and hafiza. Does you need to become people of taqwa? No. To be able to recite the Quran melodiously, you don't need to become people of taqwa. even non-Muslim, if they learn the arts, they will be able to recite the Quran melodiously. It's tajweed. And definitely, if a person is not even a Muslim, he can memorize the Quran. If more, Allah has given them the photographic memory, many genius. Many kids at the age of 2 or 3, they know even all the names of the countries in the world. This type of kids which are asked to read and memorize, all they will do. But they are not Muslim. But the Quran, Allah says, first verse, Alif Lam Mim, Zalikal Kitabul La Raiba Fihi Hudal Lil Muttaqin. I do not send this Quran as melodious book or books of lyrics of song. I do not send this Quran to tell you stories about ancient people. I reveal this Quran. Zalikal Kitabullah. I reveal this book for guidance of those who are taqwa. It means Quran is not books of lyrics. It's not book of stories. It is an orders. Books which consist and comprise of to know what are the orders of Allah that we need to obey, and what are things we need not to do. To obey, to do, and not to do. When he told something towards the non-believers or the hypocrites, why he told them, for what reason, what he wants them to do. Finally, Allah wants them to make repentance, to recite the kalimah, to become the true believer, the good deeds. That's why the verses was meant for the non-believers. Quran is not only to the believers, to the entire mankind. Sometimes Allah mention verses towards saying, "O Rasulullah, tell the mankind that O Muhammad sallam, tell to the entire mankind that Allah told you to tell the unbelievers." Allah tell Muhammad, O Muhammad, tell to the entire mankind that Allah have told me to tell the hypocrites. So why Allah want him to tell to the hypocrite? What is the desire of Allah of asking Muhammad to tell to the hypocrite? There must be reason. Finally, the reason is to tell them, you better make repentance, recite the great kalimah, and become the true believer of the good deeds. He was telling to tell Nabi Rasul, O Muhammad, tell to the entire mankind that Allah told you to tell to the believers. Sometimes to tell to the true believers the good deeds. So all this in the Quran is telling what we should do. The desire of Allah is that we do what He wants and avoid doing what He does not want. We must be able to recruit, to extract from the Quran this knowledge of knowing, the knowledge of knowing what Allah wants and what Allah does not want, and that is called ilm. To know what Allah wants and to know what Allah does not want is called ilmu. Of course, many people say to learn chemistry is also knowledge. To learn how to make clothes is also knowledge. But it is actually not knowledge. That one is to learn something which of our needs. Make clothes, to learn about making clothes, cooking foods. They call it knowledge too, but basically that is, they call it kemahiran, apprenticeship. Kemahiran. That means you learn skills, apprenticeship, knowing how to make cars, plane, apprenticeship. Of course, they don't call him apprentice, they call engineer. But that is not what is this knowledge to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To Allah, that's not knowledge. To be able to make nuclear bomb, atomic bomb, it's not knowledge. To us, we think it's knowledge. The Western people are very knowledgeable. They know how to make bomb, atom, nuclear bomb. They can make interballistic missile, They can make camera, colored camera, black and white. Last time we have only black and white. But technology bring us to able to see colored television, colored cinema. This is something to them is knowledge. It's not knowledge. Skills. So basically, knowledge is what Allah to know what Allah wants and what Allah do not want. And Allah mentioned explicitly in the Quran. So those who doesn't read Quran, and definitely he won't understand the Quran, and definitely he will not obey, because you don't even read, isn't it? Quran, Sufyan, when you start reading Quran and understand the Quran, it meanings when? Recently is when?
45.
Huh?
Age of 45.
Age of 45 only. Only a few months ago, when I told him to read my tafseer. Otherwise, he don't read Quran. Not even the Arabic Quran. You have no time. Fully engrossed in acquiring wealth of this world. Fully engrossed with his children and wife. Fully engrossed with his work. How he got time to read Quran? So those who don't read Quran and definitely won't understand, definitely will not follow Quran. So what religion do they follow? People say, oh, what's your religion, Sufyan? Sufyan says they one is telling to the rest of the world and that his religion is Islam. But do you think Sufyan really follow Islam when he don't even read Quran? Can you accept the fact that he is a Muslim when he don't even read Quran? Cannot. A Muslim is a person who submit his entire wills and desire to the desire of Allah. He will never follow his own desire. وَقَالَ إِنَّنِي مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. How can a Muslim do not even read Quran? But it is become something which is accepted facts, that a Muslim doesn't need to read Quran, only to recite the kalima. And that's why the present day so-called Muslim actually not Muslim. They have not submit their whole desire to the desire of Allah. They only recite the great kalima, and probably that's about all they are doing. Other than that, they only follow the religion of their forefathers. Islam, as understood by all the intelligence, the so-called ustad or ulama, the so-called, and they only follow that religion of theirs, not the Quran. So whatever they listen to the so-called ulama telling, they will do. Most of them will say, you pray. Next lecture, pray. The next lecture, pray wudu. That's about all they're telling. They say we can't go to more sophisticated topic because the Muslim not even pray. So now we keep on lecturing them to pray, to take wudu, and then halal food, that's all. The lecture doesn't go beyond this topic because they say these are the basics. So all the Muslims, what they know, and the whole world since decades, since centuries, they need to pray. 5 times. So they think this is the most important. And why they tend to believe like this? Because they follow the so-called scholars. They don't follow Quran. The scholars is telling them that the first order is pray. Worse still, there are some scholars who says the first order is to learn, not to pray. Why they come to this understanding? Because they don't read Quran. Quran doesn't say like this. So Sufyan is basically following the religions of his father or mother, or the religion of the so-called scholars of Islam. All this while we are following not the religion of Muhammad, not the religion of the Quran, because we don't even read the Quran. What more to obey? So we have been so proud saying we are Muslim. We are Muslim. You know, when the Indians, Muslim Indians, able to get a country of their own after India has achieved their independence in 1947, they call their country the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. You know, the Western Pakistan, West Pakistan and East Pakistan. But it doesn't last long. It's split into two, Pakistan and Bangladesh. So they call themselves Islamic Republic. But what until today is Pakistan is real Islamic Republic of Pakistan? Islamic Republic, that means the republic which supposed to follow the Quran, lah. But how Muslim now able to follow the Quran? They don't read the Quran. The problem as to why we have become like what we are today, because we don't even read Quran and we don't have taqwa. Because even if we read the Quran, if we don't have taqwa, then we don't understand the Quran. So the two reason is we are not having taqwa and we don't read the Quran. Sufyan doesn't read the Quran. He's not a man of taqwa. So the religion which he follow is what others are doing, and what others is doing is the religion of their forefathers, or religion being taught by the so-called scholars, who are saying that the first order is praying 5 times. Some even say the first order is to learn. Which one is correct? So the recent scholars say you must learn. Iqra. The more traditional ones say you must pray. You must pray. They never mention that the first order of Allah is to recite the kalima and to fulfill the right of the reciting. They never. No one ever said that except me. Lately only. I mean, I'm not born before 1,400 years ago. Since then, until I came, all the Muslims come to know, to understand that the first order of Allah after reciting the kalima is prayer. So there is no order for the reciting the kalima. There is no order. Only just recite. That's all. It will take you not even a second. After that, you have to pray. That's all. Everybody tend to understand Islam as such. And no wonder we become, until today, a person who doesn't practice the Quran. You think the Taliban, who have now, drive the other Afghans away from Afghans and they take control of the country. All their ministers, all in the so-called Muslim attires, with big turban and this. Of course, they can tell the world that we are Muslim, we are good Muslim. That's why we are able to wear turban and all that. But people don't look only at your clothes. People look at your practices. So if those who doesn't know Quran, doesn't know what Allah wants, they simply think, oh, this is Islam. It looks Islam. But if you go deeper into it, do they practice what Allah wants in the Quran? Do they understand first? They don't even understand the Quran. Some people don't even read the Quran. So if you don't read the Quran, or if you read the Quran, you don't understand, definitely you don't follow the Quran. Because you are not taqwa. Why you are not taqwa? Because when you recite the kalima, all the Muslims, they never understand that after reciting the kalima, they have to do the job, the work that will fulfill the rights of reciting the kalima. They don't understand it. Never. But it is in the Quran. But how will they know this is in the Quran? Because they don't even read. Some who read don't even understand. Because they don't have taqwa. Why? They don't even do the work which fulfill the right of reciting the kalima, which is the work of inviting people to Allah, or the work of inviting people to good, forbidding people from evil. They don't do that. In the way Muhammad SAW, with the sacrifice of their wealth and time, with the intention to please Allah, until Allah is pleased with them. They don't do that. As a result of not doing this, they don't have taqwa. When they read Quran, even they read Quran, as many the so-called Muslims of today are reading Quran every day. Some even memorize the Quran, but they don't understand, and they are not able to practice the Quran. So the Quran is actually a revealed book of Allah to tell us what He wants, what He doesn't want, to obey what He wants, and to avoid doing what He doesn't want. That is basically what this Quran is all about. But we never come near to that. We only regard the Quran as book of lyrics of song and verse stories of the ancient people. That's why when we regard the Quran as a book of lyric of song or stories from the ancient people, then we are actually among the people who have denied the Quran. We have turned our back towards the Quran. What do you mean by we turn our backs towards the Quran? That means we didn't obey the Quran. We disregard the Quran. We put the Quran away. We do not lead and make the Quran to be our guidance. So what should be the answer? Who is your Imam? When you ask, who is your Imam? Who is your leader? Your leader is the Quran, being shown by Muhammad SAW. Now this is a very great crime which we have committed. Not able to do the people, not able to become the people of taqwa, and second, not to read the Quran with taqwa. As a result, we don't even understand the Quran. Neither we understand, nor we obey. Instead of becoming Muslim, true believer of the good deeds, people who are conscious of Allah, we become only fools. In the Quran, never say about oh people who have entered Islam. No, Allah mentioned about oh people of taqwa. Be people of taqwa. Be people of taqwa. Be people of taqwa. Numerous verses of the Quran telling. Be the people of taqwa. Be the people of the true believer. Never mention become a people who recite the kalima only and do prayer. But people of taqwa. But nowadays Muslims do not know how to become the people of taqwa. They don't know. It is mentioned in the Quran, but they don't understand. Because why? They got no time to read even the Quran. They don't even time to do the work of inviting people to Allah. They don't have time. They don't want. They do not want to spend their wealth in doing the work of inviting people to Allah. As a result, the love of dunya remains still in their hearts, even though they read Quran. So when you read Quran with the love of dunya inside your heart, not taqwa, you will not get any benefit from reading the Quran. You waste your time. You may memorize the Quran, you may read the Quran daily, but it's only readings, stories of ancient people. And you may read it nicely, you are just become a singer. You are not supposed to read the Quran, with that belief in your mind that Quran is a book of lyrics of song. or stories of animals. It is a revealed book of Allah for you to know what He wants and what He doesn't want. And you have to read it with that belief. That there is no God except Allah, and Muhammad ﷺ is the messenger of Allah, to the level which Allah is pleased, and more than that, taqwa, then only the Quran will be regarded as a revealed book of Allah. Zalikal kitabula raiba fi hudal lil muttaqin. Okay.